This video is strictly for nerds, and I didn't even put it in the full-blown YouTube instructions because most people don't care. But there probably are a few nerds out there like me that has struggled to find any information on how to do very basic tasks in Google Scripts as far as pertaining to Google Sheets. So I'm going to show you how to look at the code in this application, and I'm assuming that you jump through the hoops of downloading or loading this to your Google Drive and granting yourself access and that whole 9 yards. In the very first video right here, watch this YouTube video before using this spreadsheet first time. So you've done all that. So now then, nerds, this is what you do to view the code. You go to Tools up here in the menu and go to Script Editor. And this has a list of all the code, all the macros I've written. Every button you see calls one of these macros. And see, there's not a whole lot of code here. But I do want to show you, I tried to comment it enough that at least I can follow how to fix things. And like I want to open a sheet, the income checker sheet. So it shows how to open that sheet. And it shows how to get the active sheet. And it'll actually take, I declare my range here. And when it goes through all this stuff, and the most important thing you've got to probably in all my code here is making these macros sleep until the spreadsheet catches up to what you want it to do. And these are just trial and error numbers you have to experiment with until you make the minimum time of sleeping you can and still have the application work 100% of the time. And so this takes me right to, I'm selecting a range here, and I say activate that range, and then I come back here and I go to cell 82, and I activate that range, and that sucker will open this sheet and income checker, set it to the active sheet, and actually move the cursor to cell A2. And all of these, I hope I've described enough here in my comments to show you how to do these basic tasks. And there's one kind of nasty program down here toward the bottom. Yes, interest rates. And this is probably the most complex thing, and it's not very complex, but it's the most complex code I wrote. And it will show you how you have to sleep on, like this particular macro will change values in the cells, and hopefully it's all documented well here. And you have to wait, stop the macro until the sheet updates before you continue to the next step. And this is what I had the hardest time finding on the web. And Google, for whatever reason, they don't like to help you much. You can ask a direct question and they'll act like you're an idiot. And I know I'm not the brightest bulb in the lot, but I do think I've been around the block enough to know how to ask a question. And I really got frustrated. So hopefully, if nothing else, if you never use this application, hopefully you nerds can look at the code and see how to do some very basic things.